In commemoration of the life and times of late pastor and journalist Dimgba Igwe, a book launch was organized in Lagos. The event, which took place at the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, Victoria Island, Lagos, on September 15, 2015, had a cross-section of professionals from the journalism circle, media executives, friends and associates of late Dimgba Igwe in attendance. They showed up in huge numbers to pay a well-deserved homage to one of their own. This was done in a unique fashion at a forum to launch journalism literature, 50 World Editors, Conversation with Journalism Matters on Trends and Best Practices. The book, co-authored by Mike Awoyinfa and late Dimgba Igwe, is a compendium of thoughts and experiences of journalism veterans drawn from newspaper and news media brands nationwide and beyond. Co-author of the book, late pastor journalist Dimgba Igwe, who died a year ago when he was knocked down by a hit-and-run car at his Agor Kota residence in Lagos on September 6, 2014, is a very close and long-time partner of his co-author, nicknamed Twin Mike Awoyinfa. They both began their relationship back in their days at the Concord newspapers, where they had a very fruitful and memorable stint in writing. Their relationship had since brought to limelight publication of notable books. Some of them are The Arts of Feature Writing, 50 Nigerian Corporate Strategists, Segun Oshoba, The Newspaper Years, Nigeria's Marketing Memoirs, amongst others. The latest of their well-knit partnership recently saw another wealth of experience storming the bookstand named 50 World Editors, Conversation with Journalism Masters. The launch of this book was used to celebrate the life and times of the late Dimgba exactly a year after. The book, which also compiles an orderly growth of the journalism profession in those climes where the 50 editors plied their trade, had interviews. The editors from newspapers and news brands like New York Times, Los Angeles Times, Financial Times, Guardian of the United Kingdom, Daily Mirror have their brands on the list. It also showcases brands such as BBC, CNN, Reuters, AFP in the broadcast circles, among others. John Momo, Segun Oshoba, Nduka Bagbena, Bayo Nonuga, Dele Olojode, the first Nigerian winner of the Pulitzer Prize, are some of those whose blueprint experiences and contributions found a firm grip on pages of the literature. Dignitaries present at the book launch include former governor of Ogun State and chairman of the occasion, Chief Segun Oshoba, Mike Awoyinfa, co-author of the book, wife of late Igwe, Mrs. Dimgba Igwe, Larry Ezamoje, representatives of Edo and Osun state governments, and the general public. The opening remarks were delivered by one of the disciples of late Dimgba Igwe, who saw the need to emulate the good virtues inhabited by the late journalist. She saw the high sense of concern shown by the late Dimgba in areas like debilitating social amenities, the lack of one which has subjected numerous Nigerians to untold hardships. Unfortunately, the late Dimgba Igwe was one of those victims of a dysfunctional health system, the availability of which could have saved his life from the heart failure that led to his death.
I warmly welcome you to this special occasion of the launch of an epic journalism book, 50 World Editors, Conversations with Journalism Masters. I am not a journalist by profession, but having worked for Mike Awoyinfa and Dimgba Igwe for almost a decade and a half, I can comfortably say that I'm a journalist by association. As we remember and celebrate him today, beyond the book presentation, let us celebrate integrity, honesty, goodness of the spirit, doggedness, a determination to succeed, hard work, godliness, the values that he professed and stood for. And above all this, let us celebrate friendship, Mike and Dimgba's friendship, the lesson we all learned and continue to learn from it. Two people from different tribes, with different personality traits and temperaments could build a relationship that spanned over 30 years that even death could not end.
The late Dimgba's disciple called on well-meaning members of the audience to stand to be counted as one who supports a good cause the late Dimgba Igwe lived and died for. She advised members of the audience to get a copy of the book in order to go a step further to appreciate its content of valuable thoughts and experiences. In the remarks of the chairman of the occasion, Chief Segun Oshoba, he revisited gray areas in the need of attention in the journalism profession. He called on publishers to always endeavor to pay the salaries of their staff as and when due, so that they do not turn themselves into hustlers on their beats. This, he said, will help curb sharp practices amongst journalists.
Dimgba and Mike, great minds, evolved the idea of talking to great editors of this world. So I would like all the IPR members who are present here today to please upstand for people to see that we are part of the people celebrating today's ceremony. I thank you very much. I will touch on this Al Jazeera program on we journalists, but I want to plead with all of you to let us fight it out, that the publisher should start making sure that even if they cannot pay fully, let them pay half or three-quarters. Let us stop this issue of Al Jazeera turning Nigerian journalists to beggar, area boy journalists. There will be no sickness, so no doctor. No crime, no lawyer. No police in every pastor. There will be no crime. There will be pastors, I think, who will be free. But there will be journalists who will pass information. Every other profession will not exist. The we will exist. I thank you.
Other speakers were also in the picture, all lending their voices in support of one just cause, the celebration of late pastor journalist Dimgba Igwe. One striking fact in the remarks of the speakers is that the legacies left behind by late Dimgba Igwe should be promoted by fellow journalists and other media professionals as a way to keep his memory in mind in perpetuity. The book, 50 World Editors, is 658 pages. It covers areas such as news gathering and reportage. Not limited to these, it also gives recourse to how individual journalism professionals perceive news, write it, cast headlines, and the likes. In the remarks of co-author Mike Awoyinfa, who was flanked by the daughters of the late Dimgba Igwe, he first read the condolence letter he wrote in honor of late Dimgba. He extolled the hard-earned achievements they shared in compiling the far-reaching journalism literature. He made it known that the working relationship he shared with late Dimgba Igwe cannot be severed by his death. Hence, he said, every publication henceforth will have the name of the late Dimgba Igwe imprinted on it. This is his way of honoring a worthy partner and friend.
My friend, my brother, my Ogbeni Dimgba Igwe, 1 year after your painful exit, the wound is yet to heal. And I don't know whether or not it will heal, even though they say time heals every wound. I was far away from you when the news of your death broke. Your death hit me like a thunderbolt, like an arrow of the unknown enemy, lurking in the dark. I was angry with the same Jesus. I was asking, why did Jesus allow this to happen? Why must Dimgba, a man who served God with every vein of his soul, be allowed to die such a shameful and painful death? Why didn't God intervene? These are normal or abnormal questions that people ask when tragedy strikes. We all question. As long as Mike Awoyinfa is alive, Dimgba Igwe is alive. In his memory, I hope, by the grace of God, to launch a book every September here in his memory. For me, nothing has changed. Whether Dimgba Igwe is here or not, I will not allow his name to be forgotten.
The book review was done by Eric Osagye, the managing director of the Sun newspapers. He breaks down the book in 3 parts. Part A deals with journalists from the Americas. Part B deals with journalists in Europe, while Part C deals with editors from Africa, Asia, and the Bahamas. It also has interviews with a cross-section of editors of a number of print media organizations around the world. The simplicity of the language of the book will endear many people to it. This is its unique selling point.
The work being presented here today covers the gap in the journalism profession. It cuts across different continents, from the Americas to Europe and other parts of the world, including Africa and Asia. 50 Word editors encapsulates a painstaking devotion to the craft of journalism by masters of the written word in their own right. Structurally, the book is in 3 parts, while Section A dwells on journalists from the Americas, Section B focuses on journalists from Europe. In the 3rd session, the authors combine African editors with Asian editors and writers.
The reviewer's misgiving about the book is in its limited coverage on Nigerian and African editors. He is of the opinion that it gives the readers more ground to learn from. The unveiling of the book was performed, and this saw members of the audience displaying few copies.
And unveiling what we have here.
The launch of the book has Soji Akinrinade, self-styled the General, who represented Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu. He kicked off that aspect on a very good note. The book launch event also featured tributes from few members of the audience. More tributes and donations were made one after the other by representatives of Edo and Osun states in support of the book project. The wife of late Dimgba Igwe, Mrs. Igwe, gave the vote of thanks. She appreciated the goodwill and support of those who have watched her back all this while her family went through one of its most challenging times. Her thanks went most especially to President Muhammadu Buhari, who showed up in a condolence visit to her family.
I thank the Almighty Father, the maker of heaven and earth, he who is the author and finisher of our faith. And I have been looking for a big platform like this to express my gratitude. I thank you all for your support and kind words that suited me in the darkest hours of my life.
The journalism professionals were also on the list of those who were appreciated by the wife of late Dimgba.